morning,
America.
Today's episode is going to
joke?
be loud with multiple people talking over each other.
It's just James going to be talking over.
Sorry, it's just me. I'm going to be making most of the noise here today. I'm in a mood, as Ev would like to say it.
I like to say that.
Yeah.
I'm in a mood.
Yeah. It's oftentimes we come in to work out and we are just loaded for bear. We want to get to it. We want to seize the day. I'd say seize the day.
I want to have fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Hey, here's the thing. When they see you're having fun, guess what? They're like, "Wow, the instructor looks like he's having fun. I guess it's kind of fun."
Maybe he's having too much fun. I don't know. I think it's like I come in and I've got the energy and I've got the spirit, I've got the will to learn, and I'm ready to go.
I've the instructors that have the energy and the will and just enjoy themselves, they always have big classes.
Big classes.
Yeah, they do. Why?
Yeah.
Because people do what? They feed off what?
The energy, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you come in and if I were to come into class and go, "Hi, everybody. Today we're going to do some Krav. Okay, let's go. Everybody start running. Okay.
And then sit down. You guys are doing great.
Oh, yeah, great. That's really... No, man, that's not... Listen, when you come in, man, you got to be on it,
On
right?
it. And then
Are you
let me
repeating
see.
what I say? On
That's
it.
it. On it.
On it.
On it. Hey, TM or hashtag. Let's get some sponsors here. So let me think. We're doing this day in, day out. It's hard to stay motivated, I think. Like one of those things is like when you've been doing this for as long as you have, at least, how do you stay motivated to keep teaching? Because it's tiring. I'm tired every day.
I got to give you a good news story. I mean, a good news... Yeah, story. One of our students. Yeah, one of our students.
Story or a news story?
New.
Oh, okay.
What keeps me going? One of the students is moving to New York, and she took her Krav Maga test. She just graduated from Santa Clara, and she wrote
Santa Clara University.
Nice. And she wrote me a letter. I mean, not a letter, but a thank you card.
Yeah.
And in the card, she said, when I first came here, I was so intimidated. I was scared. I came in because I wanted to build my confidence. You have changed my life forever. Thank you. That was like, oh my, that made my day, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I definitely don't do it for the money.
Nope.
Right? But I do it because I get cards like that and people come in, hey, you know what? You saved my life, or this, I learned this. And just like one of our students got in an accident and she sent us a note saying, thanks to your Krav training, she got in an accident. She goes, I used one of my kicks and I kicked myself out of the car and opened the door with a kick.
Oh,
Defensive
no way.
front kick.
Defensive front kick.
Defensive front kick.
Yes,
from the seat ground, right? Because she was in a car seat. She couldn't stand.
No, she couldn't stand. And so when you get those kind of things, it really, well, at least for me, when I get those kind of things, man, that's why I get this big smile on me for the next month.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Why?
It almost like just feeds
it's just
your
so cool
soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me feel good. And so when I think about when I come in, how do I get motivated? If you ever watch me, right? Have you ever seen me in a bad mood here? Okay.
Even when you're in a bad mood, you're still smiling. That's the weird part about you. I don't know if it's a serial killer thing or...
It's very short-lived.
Yeah. It's usually you're not mad
Or
for long.
or it's test F.
Yeah.
I like that
Test F
step.
is different. Yeah, but again, when I come in, I want people to, people don't know, hey, I just had I had a couple open heart surgeries. No one knew it.
Yeah.
Right? Or again, it's...
You're only ever out for I don't know, whatever the shortest amount of time is, that's how long you're out. It's crazy.
So yeah, when I come in, I am ready, man. I want to teach, and I want to make these people. I want to see them confident. It's like you do it, man. You come in and you see people change.
Yeah.
And you see.
Oh, I've gotten a couple cards myself. Like it's humbling. It really humbles you because at some point you can get caught in the rigmarole of everyday life. It's like, oh, I'm here again. I just left a couple hours ago and now I'm back. But when you hear from the actual people who you think, people would call clients or you'd say students, but they're actually you start feeling like, man, I just changed their life. We're family. Like for life, I'm going to know this person.
Well, when somebody joins the school, I say, welcome to the family.
Yeah.
Right? I
Big
mean,
time.
I really mean that. Right?
Yeah.
And again, that's why people like the school so much, is that because
The atmosphere,
you're not a
right?
number, man.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right?
I
And it's just
always like that about this place. I don't know what it is. It's like the family environment.
good karma creates good karma.
Yes.
Right.
And good energy heals good energy. So
Ev has something on the wall. It's like a plaque. It says, "A good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life." Who gave that to you, Ev?
That was one of the students.
okay, yeah, actually, that's one of your newer little plaques. See, black belt, black belt, black belt, black belt, black
Death
belt, black
dagger.
belt, double black belt, triple black
Weapons
belt,
on the
diploma,
wall.
Hey,
diploma certificate.
I never wanted to put
and
this.
then this awesome, this words of affirmation, black belt boulevard, and then a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life.
And that was given to me by a student.
Yeah.
It was just, I hung it up and I went, wow, that makes my day.
And you, James, you have a cup with you? Or
Oh.
what does it say?
One of the kids from the kids class that I used to help out. It says, "Best coach ever." I love this cup.
Oh, I thought that said best couch.
Well, I often drink out of it on my couch, but
But how cool is that?
I think it's awesome. I actually, it brought a tear to my eye when I got it, because I was just like, this is a kid and they don't really, I mean, who, and it's not even just the kid. The parent is the one that sees the difference in the child. And one of those, I actually still work with a few of those kids. And I just worked with one this last on Saturday, and his mom, every time she's like, "Oh my God, so much." She is so thankful. And she says, "Oh, thank you, Coach James. Oh my God, Marcus loves you so much." And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, it's just like, it takes you off a little bit, because I'm like, oh, I thought I was just working with a kid, like making him better, stronger, faster, whatever. But like, I'm like your plaque states, we're changing lives.
Here's the thing, but we pay attention to, I mean, we treat everybody the same, but we pay attention to people. You know?
Exactly.
You're not a number. You're part of the family. And it's really important that when you come in here, that you let them know that this, once they join, they're part of the family, right?
Yep. That's why I try to do check-ins with, and I'll just call them clients for now, because they're my one-on-one people. Every week, like if I don't see them more than once a week, I check in with them. I'm like, hey, tell me about your week. Tell me what happened, like especially some of the younger ones, the kids, because they do have a lot of trouble in school. They have a lot of trouble at home. Like I want to make sure that their headspace is right. If not, then we get them there, like it's a good place to, I don't know. It's kind of like a bar here, like when you go up to the bartender, you're like, hey man, give me a drink, like I've had a long day, here it's like, hey man, give me a heavy bag. I've had a long day.
So in this scenario, you're the bartender.
Yeah, of course. Like I know how to mix a drink. I also know how to get people's head right. Like when it comes to punching, because that's what brought me back. Like, hey, I've had a long day. I need to hit something. Like.
You know what's cool after COVID? Prior to COVID, when our clientele, especially in January, get big, right? After all the holidays, everybody wants to do what? Lose the weight.
Lose the weight, yeah.
Right? And they come in and they're gone. But after COVID, it's really strange. I mean, we've had students. I had a couple students that were here when we first opened.
Yep.
And they're back.
Yeah.
I mean, 18 years later, right?
It's so awesome.
I know, it's just. And then people that came in, we had an influx of students that come in January, and I'm going, okay, March is going to be.
March is going to clear out.
It's getting crazy.
Nope.
And I don't know what makes the difference.
A double layer parking structure pretty soon. We're going to have to get
What makes it? I'm still trying to figure it out. Why is it so different now than what it was before? I think people they're coming to work out, but. Remember where we had to social distance and people weren't interacting, and when people come here, not only are you learning, they're learning to protect themselves, but the community.
Yeah.
You know how many people have made friends here, and they're friends and they love it because they come in and they can just come in and have fun and talk and be part of the community, right?
Yeah, it popped into my feed yesterday. Remember I showed you? One of our old chili cook-offs. This place was packed.
Oh yeah.
It was packed with people.
That was back in the day when Shane won everything.
Everything.
Before
Good
Shane
job,
was an instructor.
Shane.
He won everything.
That was
we
6 years ago.
We got to do that again.
It's about time.
I know. Yeah. Well,
because we have the best community.
It's a great community. Right?
Yeah, we always, anytime we ever have a little thing, everybody shows up. Like, we've never had one event where we've had low numbers.
No.
Like, every single time we throw a party, people show up.
Yeah, it's because we it's usually centered around food.
Yeah. Speaking of, that will bring me into the next thing.
Ooh, what a segue.
Because I'm at the point in my life where I don't really feel like, beating anybody up. I like training and I like teaching, but when it comes to the actual fight game, I love sparring. I love going back and forth, but I'm not really interested in killing myself to fight somebody again. Like, I went through a year and a half of rigorous, like, nonsense, starving myself.
I remember that.
It was okay.
The reason why Ev is laughing is because one time we all went out for Ev's birthday at some restaurant. James was in the middle of his fight camp.
Okay.
And he couldn't have any of the bread that everybody was eating because he was like, I'm going to stay strict on my
let's
diet.
go to an Italian restaurant, okay, when we know James can't have pasta or bread.
So he orders the salad.
And you don't get
With protein. I asked for the salad with protein on it. I was like,
well, the way you asked afterwards, hey, where's my chicken?
And apparently,
Everybody at the table was staring at James like, what did he just say to this waiter? The waiter looked so confused and so lost.
I had no idea that that's how it was said. It was like, I simply asked if I had asked for protein, but apparently I was like, where's my protein?
Amen.
Amen.
Where's my protein? That's what you said.
All right, well.
Okay, let's get back on track there. So you were training, right?
I'm just saying, like, I'm in this for life. I love what I do. I found my calling. If it's not fitness, it's fighting, and I love both. So my problem now therein lies, I also love to eat. I do not like holding back, and oftentimes I've worked out that day so hard that I'm starving. My whole body is hurting, and it's like, between classes, in and out of the gym, like, there's never enough time to fully prepare to be that sculpted mess that everybody wants to be all the time. Like, it's, if I had more time, I would eat better, but for some reason I just can't seem to find the time. But I do still want to work out, and I feel like at this point in the game, at my young age of whatever it is, I'm starting to feel like it's a little bit harder to bounce back after that long weekend of eating.
As you get older, right, certain things that you thought were important in your younger life, you're like, what the hell was I thinking? It doesn't. But when you're younger, certain things matter more, right? And I learned at a young age that you try to keep everything in balance, which is tough. Balance it. Too many people, they go to work, they don't do any workout, right? Or they
justify, I'll do it tomorrow, or I walked to the car or something.
I'll go and work out and not work. You got to balance stuff, just like when you eat, right? How many diets have you been on?
How many?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
One.
Well, that's lasted a long time.
Yeah, it lasted a year and a half. Honestly, I was pretty good about it. But the second I fought, man.
Doing that.
Hey, let me ask you. After he fought.
The second after.
It's no joke. The second after.
Wait.
Cake.
Before you say that.
I remember that. No,
stipulation,
you even said it.
Stipulation, all right? I don't recommend this, all right? Continue.
Okay, so listen, you dieted for a whole year and suffered.
Year and a half,
right?
18 months.
Did you hear that? You suffered.
I did suffer.
But James, how long did it take you to go right back onto...
Okay, let Gemma...
There we go.
What was the timing?
Instantaneous.
Instantaneous.
So here's the thing with people that do diets, right? I mean, I'm on this diet, I'm on that diet. You Yeah, you gotta people that overeat. Sometimes it's from certain psychological reasons.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Right. Again, and you got to get to the core of what's the problem. I mean, if you eat, I mean, I haven't been on a diet in I don't even
Ever.
Yeah, I don't really. I just eat when I want to eat, but I don't overeat.
Yeah.
That's what James does. He eats when he wants to eat.
Well, it's okay to eat when you want to eat, but don't where you sit down and you go, okay, I'm going to have 42 donuts
I'm
instead
gonna
of maybe
eat this
having one.
whole thing of ice cream because it's there.
Because-
I don't
well-
want to save it. I just want to eat all of it. It's
By the
in
way,
front of me.
if you eat just ice cream, you know you lose weight.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, I know, because
I know.
I'm lactose intolerant, and I I will not hold anything down. Trust me.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. You know, that's another thing is we don't we try to tell students, hey, what do I need to eat to it's hard.
I've got so
because-
many recommendations, but like actually doing them myself, like I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm just past all
Lazy.
that.
Just eat.
Well,
No,
yes,
no,
I'm lazy.
Eat in moderation. I mean, eat in
Lazy.
moderation. Don't overeat. Right. Eat in
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I eat a little bit.
Easier said than done.
I eat a little bit all day long.
Yeah, I know.
You know
That's
what my
I
wife
need
calls
to do.
me?
I'm telling you, I think it's timing, or maybe it's just the
Video
simple-
games.
Today I did really good. I unplugged.
You-
And I actually completed multiple tasks
I
today.
only played games on my cell phone.
What?
Do you
I
know
didn't
what?
even
Hey,
play games on my
so,
cell phone.
You know what
I
my wife
completely
calls me?
stopped.
She calls me a grazer.
Yeah,
She
with
goes,
the eating. Yeah,
you
yeah.
graze all day long, and then when I go to eat dinner, she goes, "That's." Or people where you ever go to a buffet?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, first of all,
yeah, but
they're crazy
again-
now, but you know, people when they fill their plates up, and it looks like Mount
Yeah,
Vesuvius.
yeah.
And I'll go in and I'll do a little bit of this, and people go look at me and they go, "Is that all you're going to eat?" I go,
No.
This is a buffet.
Yeah, it's unlimited.
I want to try a
plates.
little bit of everything, and if I want more, I go. But hey, I don't get it. Hey, is that all you're going to eat? Well, I go up for seconds. I can go
Yeah,
up for thirds.
It's a buffet.
Well, you know, and I see these people. They're stacked. They're going, what? They're afraid there's not going to be
The
any
food
food.
might
left.
not be there when they get back in the buffet.
You know, I haven't been to Las Vegas lately, but people tell me they have any more buffets.
Not really.
No, they do.
Oh, they do.
They just opened
They're
up. Maybe
they're starting to do it again,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't know if people are ready for it. Like I'm sure there are.
So the last
large-
time we were in Vegas, we went to the Bacchanal over in Caesars. It was so packed that we couldn't get a seat.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
rest.
you
Is
went
that a
by
buffet
yourself?
restaurant?
No, we went together. Remember, with Anthony and my brother.
Is that a? Was that a
It's
buffet?
supposed to be the
Oh,
best
that's
buffet
a
on the strip.
buffet.
Yeah, that was a buffet.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
we
buffets are
were-
open in Vegas,
There was like a
and
I
people
wanna
are
say
ready
a
for it.
4
Okay,
hour wait.
you know, just like
24
going back,
hour.
people are ready for it. We need to have another chili cook-off.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the best segue to Chilean cooking off of the chili.
God, that would be great. Okay, so it's July now. We do one in
August.
August or September.
Yeah.
And then, of course, our spaghetti cook-off. I love those, man.
We
Those
should
are
do
great.
both this year.
Well, let's you do one and then figure it out.
Ice cream.
What?
Ice cream cook
Ice cream
off.
what?
Make
Cook
ice
off?
cream.
Make ice cream?
Yes.
Who does that?
We do.
No.
We make ice cream.
Do you remember when we did the dessert one?
I like it. Hey.
But the caveat to that was everybody had dessert and everyone was so full right
Yep.
away because everyone just saw a whole bunch of desserts that they wanted.
They didn't honestly, they were coming in all night, but like I think I was good by halfway through.
We got to have that. We got to have
Yeah.
yeah.
It's about time.
So I mean, just to, eat in moderation.
Heat and
Again,
moderation.
be balanced, which is really tough, right? What else is on that phone?
Well,
here?
I'm thinking
I think also like finding your balance, I think that's hard to do. I think that's a continual thing that you have to do for the rest of your
Oh, yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, I think you just need to be mindful and
need to
thankful
be
for what you have. Like you have access to food and shelter. You exercise when you can. You
Too
shouldn't
much
feel
food.
so guilty because you're still mobile. You're still moving.
Oh, thank God.
You just need to be
You know,
thankful.
a lot of people decide they don't want to, they just give up and they just sit most of the day. And that's just their life. Their life. Like at one point, and I think that has to, like you said, it's a psychological thing. Like physiologically, you just get into a groove of doing nothing.
But look at this now. I mean, and I'm not, I could say about in the old days.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you go to a restaurant now and you see people and they're not making eye contact. They're looking at the phones, right?
We were talking about that last time.
Yeah, and what happens is that you lose that intimacy. You lose, my neighbor went on vacation and they left and I get a text, hey Ev, can you feed our rabbit? And I'm like,
just happened to be a.
Well, no, check this out. Can you feed our rabbit? And I'm like, sure. And then Anya texts Marilyn, my wife, and Marilyn goes, well, what do we need to do? And Anya goes, well, I'll FaceTime you. And Marilyn's thinking, you're our neighbor. What are you gonna? They had already left. They asked me before. They had asked me after they left. So I'm like. So Anya goes, I'll FaceTime you, but I understand that because but a lot of people, instead of going up to somebody to ask them for something, they text them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
But
so what are we losing there?
Interpersonal connection.
Interpersonal connection. Like, yeah, that's what I said.
And in here, people, when they finish training, they go to their phones and stuff. But man, when they're training, no one's on a phone.
Yeah, no. That's
Except
why
for me, where I'm trying to turn on the music. I'm like, how the hell does this work?
I hold a timer and play with the music. That's about it. But yeah, I tried to, like I said, I think maybe that's our downfall. The phone. Like ever since it was, it's been connected at our hip, or to our hand rather, we haven't had an opportunity to just continue to live. Like as soon as computers came out back at, like as soon as I got my first computer in the 90s, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Stare at these damn screens. Like I don't know what it was, but like I found the love of my life and it was
dopamine release.
Yep. It was
why
the dumbest thing you could think of is staring at a screen, which is why I'm now blind.
I don't even, sometimes I go out now, I don't even bring my phone. My wife goes, where's your phone? I'm like, oh, it's on the charger.
Yeah.
She says, aren't you going to bring it? And I go, for what? Well, in case there's an emergency. I'm like,
don't you have yours?
No, well, she has it, but I'm saying,
yeah.
Remember when there were payphones?
Yeah.
We would go out in
an emergency. I'm sure we could find someone with a phone.
Oh, that's when we had pagers. I don't know if you know what that is.
I do.
Everybody goes, what the hell's a pager?
Yeah.
But you get paged, and you had to find a payphone. And then you could do it. But nowadays, it's like everything's instantaneous.
Yep.
James gets so upset at me when I go walk our dog Whiskey, and I don't bring my phone.
Because I'm trying. It could be an emergency that I need to know where the thing is that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Right in
oh, wait. Where did you do it? The crackers. Where are they?
And he gets so upset that I didn't respond instantaneously. But I'm out
really
walking the dog,
sometimes.
Enjoying nature.
I only get upset.
Oh, wait a minute.
When it's super duper important.
I know, but balance in your life, dude.
Yeah, balance.
And patience.
Well, neither one of those things is a thing that I know about. Balance and come on. Well, I mean, I could preach it all day. Come on, I know exactly what I need to do, but when it's all said and done, I revert.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know what to do. But when your mind says, okay, I'm going to do it, that's when you finally do something.
Yep.
Until then,
like
the
today.
easy road is, well, you know what? I think I'll do that later.
Yep.
And you can't do that. You got to just make yourself.
I'd gladly pay you for tomorrow for a cheeseburger today.
Wimpy.
Yeah. For sure.
But that's the thing. It's much easier. People like to take the easy way out. They like to do that.
Yeah.
So, Ev, you have this thing on your desk. It was before I came to the Academy of Self-Defense. What is the ASD Fit Challenge? Team Champions. What is that?
That was the award we gave to people. The trophy we gave to award where we had a fit challenge where we had teams. There were 5 people on a team, and it was for 3 months. So the team that lost the most weight, we also had kind of a little obstacle course, the team
That's
that had the best
cool.
time won the trophy. And more people, we had so much fun. They worked as a team to help each other lose weight. They worked each other to help work out. And, I'd really like to bring that back again.
Were you on a team or you just have one of the trophies?
No, I was one of the judges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Did
we
you steal
created,
someone's trophy?
Yeah, I mean, why do you have a trophy, Ev?
Well, because the trophy is
was
passed
extra.
down for every time we did it.
Oh.
So they don't keep it.
No.
Oh.
This is bragging rights.
I say
get it.
let's. All right, that's on my. Write that down. Let's do another ASD Fit challenge.
And people, people need goals, right?
Yeah.
Their goal was, okay, we'd ask them, okay, how much weight do you want to lose? And at the end of the 2 or 3 months, I kept 2 or 3 months.
I kind of remember this. Like we tried.
We had one big
we
Saturday.
Tried to bring it back.
We had one big
and
Saturday.
it never happened, right?
It was a
Never
lot of
came to
work. It was a
fruition.
I
lot of
remember
work.
there was a particular coach, which will remain nameless, who they wanted to bring it back, and I guess it just never got the let out.
I think it'd be great.
We brought it up. I think we even made a poster or something,
And
or
then
had an
COVID
idea,
happened.
and then that was before COVID.
Here's the thing. That's again, we create a fit challenge, and what that does, besides having bragging rights, but as a team, you see these 5 people that got on a team. They knew each other, but they didn't really know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You mean we made the team, or they made?
No,
the team?
they picked their team, and they
Okay.
and
Most of these people know each other.
I know, but they got to a point where it was, okay, this is my team. We're gonna win it.
Yeah.
Where as a team, not just one person, but as a team, they were thinking as a team.
Nice.
And it was great to see them get their confidence and create. They would go out and do stuff on their own.
Yeah.
Which was
Oh yeah, for training and practicing
training
and stuff.
practicing,
Yeah.
and that's what really was cool about it. Is
Yeah.
that
They
there was-
weren't working as okay, you guys do your thing over here and we'll meet back up. It was like, hey, let's all meet
Right.
here to do it
And-
together.
And they would, when they'd finish, some of them would just go out to breakfast together, and,
Yeah.
and it just created a sense of again community. But it was a
Camaraderie and
lot of
community,
fun.
yeah.
And at the end, we had a dunk tank where I was I got
do you remember how much one of those cost? We should go one just for fun. We can
well,
put it to the back.
it would be fun.
It was a donation.
Oh, somebody just brought it and let us
Right.
use it.
Hey, we could do that again. I mean, I would really think but it's a lot
Hey,
of work.
speaking of, since we're out there on the airwaves, if anybody has a dunk tank, we're looking for one. And we will promote your business. So
Right.
dunk tank.
Right.
Send it.
Dunktank.com.
Dunktank.com.
I don't know if that's a real website.
So those things are things that we'd like to do. It
Yeah.
seems that a lot of
I know the kids would appreciate it.
right, but I don't see that
The
happening.
kids, like younger kids?
Yeah.
Are the kids as in your students that are younger
Oh,
than you?
I know. Actually, anybody
See,
really younger.
Oh, I
but
like what you said.
I
That
wanted
because
to talk
to you
about,
guys, to me, the
Yeah, we're all-
kids.
I'm a
You're
kid.
all
Yeah, I know,
kids,
I know.
okay?
That's why I see, and maybe that's where I get it from. But I was thinking, like the little kids, maybe we should do something for them because they work so hard.
Wait,
they
wait.
work so hard with that. I don't want to say mean and nasty Coach Shane, but like Coach Shane is so tough. It would be nice to have, doesn't-
Dunk tank for Coach Shane and
Yes.
Hey,
Miss
no, you
Andrea
guys,
and
you want to
Mosaic.
hear what I did for kids one day? Okay,
I
this is
was
great.
actually moving into what you did for a kid on Saturday.
Wait, what did you do for a kid on Saturday?
So, like, this is my feeble attempt at segueing, but speaking of the kids, they work so hard, and it's been really hot lately. And one of the newer kids who hasn't yet acclimated to the whole kind of warm up regiment that we like to get them running around, punching stuff, kicking, just jumping up and down and doing little exercises. And I guess she got a little overexerted, and she
Puked all over the mat.
I don't know if maybe we should have wrote that down in in a report, but yeah, she
Hey,
exploded.
but that stuff like that happens.
But it's the first time it's happened in a real long time, I think.
The last
yeah.
time it happened was in the pro shop. A girl felt so dizzy in kids class. She had just eaten. It was Saturday.
Yeah.
She had just eaten something. She had breakfast with her parents. Her parents took her to kids class. She felt sick and queasy. But luckily enough, Shane was like, hey, go get some water. Go get some air. She came into the pro shop and she spewed all over.
Exorcist.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I felt so bad for her. But it was because she had a full breakfast
Yep.
before she came to
Yep.
class.
Well,
And
after
then,
that,
yeah.
she didn't have a full breakfast.
Time for breakfast number 2. I'd be like, well, it's time to eat again.
Oh, jeez. Okay, moving in. You know what? I mean, again, it just seems like since COVID, I don't see a lot of schools, martial arts schools per se, doing any of that kind of stuff a lot. You know,
Having kids that throw up? wait, we
No, I
change
mean,
subject?
you were just talking about the fit challenge and the
fit
chili
challenge.
cook-off
Oh, yeah.
and that kind of stuff.
Because they do martial arts belts promotions, they do team competition.
Oh
that kind
yeah,
of thing,
they're more
right?
of a. They're yeah.
And
they,
then
I
and then
guess-
within those like team trainings, they do like some little mini events, and then it culminates with that big competition, right?
Right, the competition. Yeah.
So it's more. Yeah, I think they're more focused on fighting, not fitness or
I
team
think
building.
Ev would be the best person to ask that, right?
Yeah, well, I've been to. I tell my students, man, check out other schools. You know, train with many people, and you'll see because people come in and they go, "Wow, this is great. This is a great school." And what makes us different? And I always like to hear what their reaction is. Hey, oh, you went and trained somebody? How was it? It was okay, or it was really cool. I learned some cool stuff. Because again, I'm always thinking, that's cool. So what'd you learn? Show me, because maybe that's something I don't know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty good to hear it, but
That
a
was
lot
one
of the
those
schools.
things that we were always talking about. How you could be the best instructor in the world and know everything. Start a program yourself, but if you're not always learning, then you're not. You're not the best.
That's a
at
great
anything.
segue because I think you and I were talking about, or I was saying, God, you know, I look at some of these martial art, and like I said, I'm going to be 72 this year,
Nice.
but I'm still training.
Right.
I'm in pretty good shape for an old guy.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
But
man.
I look
don't
at
know.
some of these guys that I trained with, and oh man, they've got bellies on them where they could actually.
Hey. Easy.
No. I mean, their belly could act as a food tray because they could
Nice.
say, yeah. And they've got, 500 stripes on their belt, their black belt, and they stand there with their arms folded and they give orders. Okay, you guys, do this, do that.
Steven Seagal.
Well, Steven Seagal, he's legit. He really is. But again, it's just, I'm talking about, go to some of these tournaments. I've given up going to tournaments because it's just, it's so expensive now, right? And it becomes too much of, hey, you got to do this. I've actually seen people where they go, okay, they'll get a student, and a student might be a blue belt, upper rank, and they put a white belt on them. So they can get the trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What kind? First of all, we're supposed to teach these kids and these students to be right and to be morally right and
Yeah.
to do
Not
it
just
and win it on.
not just be good with technique, but to
don't
be a
cheat.
good person.
Yeah, be a good person. Don't
Yeah.
cheat. And what are they teaching them?
Right.
Oh yeah, right. Or a guy. I've seen guys where, they're there and they go, okay, you guys. Come on, I want to see 50 push-ups.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, I can still do push-ups. And again, if I can't do it, then I don't expect my students to do it. And I've always lived by that tenet. If I can't do it, you don't have to do it.
Right.
Right? And I've tried to pass that on to my instructors too. And I think most of the instructors, hey, if they can't do it, well, then we're not going to have them do it.
Right.
But man, some of these schools, what they're teaching kids, they teach kids that, it's okay to do that. It's okay to cheat.
Okay to fight dirty.
It's okay to, hey, fighting dirty, right? If you're in a tournament and there's rules, you don't follow the rules, that's fighting dirty. On the street, there's no such thing as fighting dirty.
Yeah. Right. That's why even like if anybody, I know it's always a joke, but like the kids, the younger adults will come in and they always like mess around, and joke. And they're like, anytime they do anything out of pocket, I'll tell them, you get close enough to me, I'll bite you. I don't care. Like I'm not. I
know.
One of my favorite things to do is show people that I know how to fight, and it's like if they want to fight for reals, I'm not going for the punches or the kicks. I'm gonna get close enough to bite your ear off.
Because he's so hungry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that, but
he has no control. Watch out, Coach James is hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, I mean, it's we're trying to teach students to be respectful, and when you even the little kids, and you want to teach them to be respectful, but you got to be respectful to them, right? Kids nowadays, I mean, they're smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
smarter
saying,
than we give them credit for
correct.
sure.
We've always done that. I mean, even
as adults and parents,
right.
We've always underestimated our kids.
So, but again, and kids take a certain amount of patience.
Yep.
And
that's one of the hardest things. So we have new people constantly, like every week there's somebody new, or every day there's somebody new. I was gonna say every week there's like a half a dozen new people at least, and so we have people coming from all different backgrounds, like you were saying. I love to use this example because it's so fresh in my head. I got a person who's been training for years. They come in and you're like, where have you been training? Like, that's not, you're like, okay, so maybe you have been training. Maybe, it is what it is. But do you not know how to follow direction? Like, I don't understand, like I could say it until I'm blue in the face. The same thing over and over again. Mr. Or Mrs. I've been training for 2 years. And then you give them one simple, like, hey, just do it this way. And it's just, I don't even know how to describe it without being, without like losing, it's just, their cup is so full that there's no opportunity to fill it anymore.
Well, that's a closed-minded person.
But they're here to train, and that's the part that's like.
So let's remember.
Oh wait, here comes.
They're not here. Sometimes they're not here
to
train. They're here to show off, or they feel good.
Crazy to me.
I have guys that come in and they're where I'm teaching Krav Maga, and it's Krav Maga's got to be simple and direct, right?
You're right.
And I've had martial artists come in and they're brand new, and they're teaching one of my students, another student that's been here for a little bit. Oh no, you have to do it this way. And I go, what are you doing? Well, I was just showing them how to do. I said, that's not Krav Maga. I said, oh, you're doing Kaji Kempo. Oh, great. Okay, good. This is not a Kaji Kempo school. This is a Krav Maga school. So we need to do this now again. All right, you need to do it this way.
This is the way we're doing it.
This is the way we do it. Well, in Kaji Kempo, we do it this way. I said, okay, good. Then go to Kaji Kempo then.
Yep.
Why are you here?
Yeah. It's like, we're not here. You're not here for us to learn from you.
Right.
You came here to learn from us.
But you got to handle that. Again, I understand that maybe they're trying to help.
Hardest things to deal
Some
with
people are
these
trying
days
to
for
help,
me.
but again, sometimes you get people that come in and all they want to do is show other people that, oh yeah, I know this stuff, and
But it
makes them feel bad.
Or it could be a case where they honestly don't know. Do you remember a time when you were training and coach told you, James, why don't you do this? And you got so upset because
Coach.
you didn't understand what he was saying, and it almost brought you to tears.
No, it did. A couple times.
So maybe you should film your student and say, hey, look. And then they can see.
That's what I listen. I'm not knocking the years they've trained or whatever. Hey, I say, great, you train in Kaji. Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For Kaji Kempo, because I've trained in Kaji Kempo. There's not Shotokan, Kaji Kempo, Eskrima, Penjatsu Light. I've trained in a lot of systems, and Kung Fu. And when I see this stuff, I go, oh, hey, you're a Shotokan guy, aren't you? Wow, how'd you know? It's just a lucky guess.
Yeah.
But the way they're holding their hands,
Yep.
I mean, right? So. You say, hey, listen, that's great, that's Shotokan, but in Krav Maga, we do it this way, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to change the way that you do it, but hey, give it a try and see what you think.
Oh,
Look at that.
Look at that. Smooth.
Well,
smooth.
you don't want to,
That's
listen,
wonderful
we don't want to
advice for
slam them in the
instructors.
face and say, hey, you've done all these years of training and what you did is stupid. I mean, when you do that.
Coach
Wait,
James.
no, hold on.
No,
Wait.
I would not
Okay.
say that.
No,
Not out
no,
loud.
I know, but you don't have to say it. You can just by your actions they're going, what is that?
Yeah.
What, come on, man. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
I say, well, have you trained? I always start off like, if they know they're punched in a certain way and I go, hey, have you trained before? Oh yeah, I've trained in Kempo. Oh, okay, good. That's very cool. Hey, you know what?
Good job.
Why don't you try it this way? Because this is Krav Maga, and I'm not going to change the way you punch. If that's the way you're going to punch, great, right?
Right.
But here's how we do it. And the only reason why I say it is if you join the school, and then one day I'm going to say, hey, Harry or whatever, go teach that student what we're doing, and I want him to be able to show how it's done in Krav Maga, right? And again, so I don't knock what they're doing. I've had guys that come in and go, I've trained it, and I'm like, oh my, I don't say, really? You've trained? Where'd you get your belt? Out of a Cracker Jack box? But it's always, right?
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
He ties his belt with a bow tie.
You've seen some of these
do
guys
they
that
still
say,
have
oh yeah,
Cracker
I've
Jack?
trained, I know how to punch.
Right.
And you're looking and going, oh my God. Oh, really? So always, you just approach and say, hey, listen, okay, great. And I always come up with, hey, have you trained? Man, your kicks are awesome. Here's the deal. Here's how we do it. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? Or the Taekwondo guys, you can tell. Hands are down, they're really bladed, and they're kicking. Their kicks are really powerful. And then I say, well, you know what? You train in Taekwondo, huh? I go, yeah, how'd you know? Well, here's what I want.
Guy.
Okay, now kick with your lead leg, but don't switch leg. Well, that's really hard. And I said, do you have a lot of power in that leg? No, I said, that's because you're a little too bladed, okay? Why don't you try this and then do it? They go, oh, wow, that's really cool. Yeah. Hey, why don't you try this and tell me what you think?
I did that for this this weekend, and man, the reaction wasn't, oh yeah, it was more like, oh, okay, thanks, thank you so much. Like, I swear to God,
They were
just like that.
Or
It was
Was
it
that
was
sarcasm, or was that really how they talked?
no, that was not how they talked. It felt super like just, and I was just like, the reason I know this is because there was I'll call him out. Brian was right next to me when it happened, and he's like, oh my God. He's like, that was crazy. I was like, well,
hey, you know what?
It is what it
you do
is.
Yeah, it is what you take that with a grain of salt. Don't.
Yeah.
We can't we can't change. We're not going to please everybody.
exactly.
That was one of the.
It's impossible.
talking points. You can't please everybody.
Nope.
And just say, listen, hey, it's not working out for you. Great. Listen, hope you had some fun.
Yeah.
But if it's not working out, okay, great. You need to find somewhere else.
These days, that's what I've been doing lately.
Well,
is
you know
asking
what?
people after every
How many
class,
times
hey,
you get-
did you have fun?
I always ask that, right?
I get yes every time. Thank God. I was like, man, thank God, because I'm actually trying to make sure you guys are all happy.
See, but here's the deal. When you go and ask them that question, did you have fun? Who's going to say, no, I didn't have any fun?
I've
When you
also
but when you have them saying yes,
We have
hey,
those
well, no.
students
Here's the
that
best
say
part.
no.
I think this is the best part. I'm not going like, hey, did you have fun? I energetically, I'm like, hey, man, that was great, right? Like, wasn't that awesome?
yeah, and then ask them, hey, when you ask a question, they got to answer, right? And
Right.
sometimes when you ask, how many times is someone going to say, no, I didn't have fun? About 99% of the time, people are going to say, oh, man, that was so much fun.
Exactly.
Right? And we want to create that fun atmosphere because when people are relaxed, they learn better.
Yeah.
When they're stressed, they don't learn so well.
Right.
Right.
And they're nervous.
And here's the other
they're-
thing.
Yeah.
I don't, and like I said, I learned early on that, you know what? I just let stuff go over my head and, right? Because guess what? Maybe a person's this is the way they think. They're fixed on it until, and eventually maybe they'll change, but maybe they won't. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
If you change, great. If you don't, okay too.
Yeah.
Right? How many times does somebody cut you off on the freeway and you get pissed?
All the time. James is saying all the time.
You know,
It's
I
the
don't get
worst.
it, but when I drive down
All the
the freeway,
time.
sometimes people come up and I'm like number one again. I don't get it why. I'm like, they put their hand up and I'm number one. What was
Yep. Like Andrea's finger.
number one? So here's the point. Do I, you want to, or a person will right on my butt on it, and I just move over. Then they take off. I'm like, what? what does it matter? What does it matter?
It's so funny to see James saying yep, and agreeing with you, and he's a completely different person in the car.
Well, James says, yeah, you can't say
Like
that.
I said, it's one thing to know. It's just another thing to do.
James, but here's the thing. You got to look at the reasoning.
It's so true for you.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you something, right?
Depends on the
People
day.
have high blood pressure nowadays, and why? Because they get so stressed out. Just because someone flips you off, I mean, is that going to really? So what?
Yeah.
Somebody gets on your, or somebody just doesn't like what you're doing, like, or hey, I don't like the way you're doing that. Okay,
Cool.
I smile and just walk off.
So what if another car is going faster than you are? It doesn't mean you need to press on
But
your
here's
gas
James,
pedal.
here's the
goes
thing.
faster
I know,
than
but
me,
here's the thing.
I have to catch him. I don't know what it is.
Not in your
But
car.
here's the thing. Number one, you got to learn that. Listen, what are the important things in life?
My wife
Okay,
is the most important
okay, but
thing.
that's called
My
family.
son
That's
is
called
the
family.
second most important thing.
Okay, so what are the most important things in your life? Okay, family, right? What else?
Self.
Okay, you got to love yourself too.
Yeah.
I mean, right, yeah, right.
I had to
Understand
learn that. I had to learn that. So
If you don't love yourself, guess what?
then I can't love my family.
Because you don't know how to love, right? And the other thing is, what else really matters in your life? How about your health?
I hate that question.
How about your health?
My health is good. Yes.
No, but what I'm
Isn't that,
saying,
is that part of self?
okay, what I'm saying is that those are most important. Look at Steve Jobs. He had all the money in the world.
Dead.
Well, so
Rest in
if you
peace.
don't have family and
R.I.P.
friends, and you don't have health, guess what? I mean, a guy going faster than you, does it really matter?
No.
I mean, when I ask
Well, I
you
mean,
that,
at that point, maybe I don't know. Like,
no, but think about it. Your family is important, and your health is important, and all
that
the
guy
other
doesn't
stuff.
affect either one of them. So why bother with him, right?
Right.
Right.
But listen, James, you're saying it, but now you got to put that into practice.
You guys. All right. Before this becomes a self-help podcast, let's.
Wait. But I also think it's what you guys do every day. You make a positive impact in people's lives.
The number one thing is that when you teach and you're here, even if you're not teaching, if you're positive and just how do you do something positive to somebody?
Hold the door open.
Yeah, or maybe
Yeah.
you go up and go, hey,
Say hi.
how
Yeah,
you doing? Are you
notice
brand new
them.
here? Well, you know what? Welcome to the school, man. I'm glad you're here.
Or even
but
if
really
you're not
mean it.
here, like I go to another place of working out, and I'll hold the door open for somebody.
Yeah, but they don't
know,
do that anymore, man. It's
I-
just amazing.
I
People
don't.
hold the door open for me.
No. Well, that's good. What I'm saying is, most people don't do that anymore.
Right.
It's all for themselves.
And it's not even chivalrous to do it anymore. It's just nice.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You got to be nice.
Yeah.
Is that hard? Oh yeah, because people are. Well, then guess what? How do you affect change? How do you affect change?
Start by yourself.
Start
Start
with
with
self.
yourself.
And I guess that's a great positive note to end on, you guys.
Hey.
Start with yourself.
I had fun today.
I always
Today was
have
cool.
fun.
Well, I mean, having fun is fun. So
I know, but this was fun. You know what? And
I think having a good sidekick to, add that little bit of rage is good.
folks,
I like
you
it.
can't
It's
see
working
that.
out.
We're not on screen, but James is looking at his
Yeah.
wife and he's talking through his teeth.
I love having her as a sidekick.
So, signing off, you guys, just remember those things. Think
Yeah.
about how you can instead of making yourself feel better, how can you make somebody else feel better? Just maybe for a second.
Yeah, and have a great day. I love you.
No. Have an awesome day.